Michael Jackson, a pop star, a multimillionaire, or a racist and a child molester? Let's uncover the truth in this video. Stay along with me to know the answer to these questions. The journey of Michael Jackson to becoming the king of pop started when he was just a child. Michael Jackson with his brothers formed a band known as Jackson 5. Joe Joseph, who was the father and also the manager of the band. Michael Jackson was the smallest one in the group at that time. He was only 6-year-old. He started as a background singer, but soon after became the lead singer of the band. They were signed to the Motown Records for 5 years and gave numerous hits like I Want You Back and I Love You Saved. The band got so much popular, they got their own show on the television.
Weird? Weird? Say weird? What do you mean by that, kid?
Who is this turd?
After that, they teamed up with Epic Records and changed their name to the Jacksons. Along with this, Michael released its solo album, Ben, at 13 years of age. And with the album Off the Wall, gave rise to his solo career. And after the release of the album Thriller, it gave him recognition all over the world.
It doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just be there.
With this, Michael slowly started to drift off from the band. And the Victory Tour in Toronto marked the official end of Michael from the group. Michael after that gave numerous albums, broke hundreds of records, and went on to become the person with most numbers of rewards won by any artist, and made the world go crazy for him through his performance. And with this, he became the king of pop. Story of Michael Jackson feels like a fairy tale, isn't it? No, there is a darker side to it. Michael never had a normal childhood like the other kids as he worked with the band from the age of 6. And top of it, he was always abused, tortured, and harassed by his own father. Along with Michael, there were total 9 children in the house, and they lived in a small apartment. To come out of this poverty, Joe Joseph formed this band, and he was very strict with them. He would make them practice day and night with a belt in his hands. And if anyone even did a slightest mistake, he would beat them like hell. To know the intensity of the torture, hear it from Michael himself.
I would take, he would make you strip nude first. He would oil you down, your whole ritual. He would oil you down. So when the whip of the ironing cord hit you, it would just, and it was just like me dying. And you just whipped all over your face, your back, everywhere. And I always hear my mother back, no, Joe, you're gonna kill him, no. I was like, I would just give up. Like, there was nothing I could do, And I hated him for it. Hated him.
His father even said not to call him Daddy, call me Joseph instead. Not just physical abuse, he even tortured young Michael verbally by complaining how ugly he looks, and especially how his nose was looked like. This had a lasting impact on Michael, which reflected later in life. Michael even said in an interview that he would even vomit and faint. Just by the presence of his father, this was the level of fear it created in Michael Jackson.
How scared. I mean, scared. So scared that I would regurgitate.
You would vomit?
Mm-hmm.
When would you vomit? What would produce that sort of reaction in you?
His presence. Just seeing him. And sometimes I'd faint, and my bodyguards would have to hold me up.
As famous Michael Jackson was for his songs, he was also famous for the amount of surgeries he performed on himself. Rhinoplasty, it is surgery which done to fix or change the structure of nose. This was the first surgery he did to himself in 1979. He gave the reason saying it broke during the rehearsal. But soon after this, he did another rhinoplasty surgery. He said, He was facing breathing problem from the last surgery, and he wanted to hit higher notes while singing. And during the Pepsi ad shoot, there was an accident in which Michael's hair caught fire, which gave him second-degree burn to his scalp. After that, he started to wear a wig and hat, which altered his looks even more. Beside his nose surgery, he did other surgeries like chin augmentation, cheek implants, lip alterations, forehead lift, and many more. But why did Michael Jackson did so much of surgery? Well, because he struggled from body dysmorphic disorder, a condition where a person is too much insecure about his looks and is never satisfied with himself. This condition in Michael Jackson was caused due to the childhood trauma given by his father, who constantly criticized his looks and abused him for it. Now, you might also think this may be the reason why he changed his skin color from black to white, because he might have hated his black skin color. Well, the answer is no. In fact, he loved his race and was proud of it.
I'm a black American. I'm proud to be a black American. I am proud of my race. I am proud of who I am. I have a lot of pride in who I am and dignity. So please, people, stop believing these.
The reason behind his white skin color is that he had a skin disorder known as vitiligo, which affects the pigmentation of the skin. And with this, he had another disorder known as lupus, which make the skin sensitive to sunlight.
Okay, Michael,
Horrifying
then let's go
story.
to, is your skin lighter because you don't like being black?
I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. It's something that I cannot help. Okay, but when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me.
Neverland Ranch was like a heaven for children. It had everything a child can ever dream of. Zoo, amusement park, chocolate, candy. You name it, you have it. As Michael himself never had a normal childhood, he had created this place to relive it, and he even invited lots of children who were underprivileged and ill. But this dream of Michael Jackson turned out to be a nightmare for him. In 1993, first molestation case was filed against Michael Jackson by a child named Jordan Chandler and his parents. They had filed for a civil case, but there were no real evidence to it. But Michael settled this case outside the court by paying compensation of $23 million. The reason he gave was that he wanted to avoid prolonged legal battles which would have affected his music career. And he also wanted to protect his reputation. Despite claiming innocence, he wanted to avoid the negative publicity. But even after the settlement, there was a criminal investigation in which they didn't find any evidence, and even the accuser refused to appear.
We have concluded that because the young boy who was the catalyst for this investigation has recently informed us that he does not wish to participate in any criminal proceeding where he is named as a victim, that we must decline prosecution involving Mr. Jackson.
A cancer patient named Gavin Arvizo, whom Michael had invited to Neverland, he lived there about 3 months with his parents, but soon after that, they accused Michael for child molestation.
Years ago, I allowed a family to visit and spend some time at Neverland. Neverland is my home. I allowed this family into my home because they told me their son was ill with cancer and needed my help. Through the years, I have helped thousands of children who are ill or in distress. These events have caused a nightmare for my family, my children, and me. I never intend to place myself in so vulnerable a position ever again.
There were in total 14 allegations made on Michael Jackson, but Michael was found not guilty of any of the allegations. In this case, many other children testified in the defense of Michael Jackson. FBI investigated for 10 years, but still couldn't find any evidence against Michael to prove him guilty. After Michael's death in 2009, everyone thought he will be a free man, not bounded by any allegation. But no, even after his death, he was accused again in 2013 by Wade Robson, who himself had testified in defense of Michael in 2003 case. By seeing Wade Robson, another person named James Safechuck filed a civil case against Michael. It is assumed that they sought hundreds of millions of dollars. But their case was also dismissed because of lack of evidence, and there were many flaws and contradiction in their statement. For example, Wade Robson, in one of his allegations, said that he was molested by Michael in the toy train situated in Neverland Ranch in 1992. But train itself had started in 1994. With this, their case was dismissed due to statute of limitations. Have you seen something common in every case? They were all civil case and not a criminal case, because civil cases are mostly for money extraction and criminal cases are for giving punishment to the wrongdoer. And everyone knew how wealthy Michael was. It is also speculated that they were just after his money.
If this really went on, do you think a father would accept money, that would make it okay, that would make everything all right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I know that if that were my son, I'm sorry. I don't care if you gave me $1 billion. I want to see you either behind bars or dead for the rest of your life for doing that to my son or my daughter. It's crazy. The guy was after money is what he wanted.
Even if we see through facts and legal procedure, Michael was proven innocent and not a single evidence was found to prove that he was guilty. But sadly, the allegation still remains with his name throughout his life, and even after his death. Everyone knew how silly and childish Michael was, and how good of a friend he was with children's. Everyone loved him, but his loving and caring nature gave him the biggest nightmare of his life. Share your thoughts in the comment section and smash that like button. And share this video with your loved ones and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My next video will be the second part of this video covering the controversy around Michael Jackson's death. Till then, you can watch my other video showing on the screen. That's it for this video. See you soon.